Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join our various gaming groups as we play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And maybe just hang out and chat about gaming in general. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and to the Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Hey guys, Jim here.
And Kelly.
Coming at you with hashtag RPGaDay2022 for Setting Sunday.
Setting Sunday. Setting sun. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Share an intriguing detail from a game setting you enjoy.
Like a... This one's kind of tricky. I mean, I'm kind of drawing a blank.
What?
I know, me. Tell me yours, and then maybe that'll...
For mine, I'm going to say, for mine, as I'm getting pounced by a cat. Hi, cat. Somebody wants protection while I'm in here. Again, going to the For my Setting Sunday, I'm going to totally go with the fact that a cat is trying to attack my face. Do you mind? Thank you. Cats. I'm going to go with in Scion Ragnarok and Roll, the messed up dichotomy the group had with Loki. The fact that Loki was using the group on multiple levels as both his tools and tools to stop Ragnarok himself, because Loki didn't want to get blamed for Ragnarok. So if he used...
No, instead he let his daughter get blamed for Ragnarok. Thanks, Loki. No, my character's not emotionally scarred over this.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not your fault that Ragnarok happened.
From her perspective, it is. She's pretty much convinced now she's the start of Ragnarok.
And if she'd had won the item, the meteor would have landed on her ass, which is why the Witch Sisters warned her, you don't want this necklace.
Well, but unfortunately, Dad's message was a little unclear.
Well, that's the whole point of Norse gods and giving directions.
Yeah.
They can never be actually clear. That would just be easy if somebody gave you direct, concise things to do. But we all know when Odin the Allfather tells you to do something, you're not going to do it. So he's not going to tell you the right way, because you're just obviously going to not do it. So he's got to have to work you around there.
Mm-hmm. A likely story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then I would have to need an intriguing detail from a game setting I enjoy. I love the fact that our characters in D&D, the Daggers of Freeport game, they have real estate. I just get a kick out of it. We have our own tavern. We have a brewery now. And We have just acquired an estate as well,
Yep.
with some beneficial property, features about it.
I'm
So
sure when
I
you
just
you
get a
acquire a
kick out of that.
poisoner's house, there's nothing wrong going to happen there.
No. With access to the sewers, it's just one of those things. But it's just, they're very invested in their town now.
Mm-hmm.
So now this group has gone walkabout. They have taken a trip outside the city, but only one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't count the dock, when we went
Yeah.
out to that ship, because that was still technically in the harbor. But they're very much invested in their local community.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it adds a different, perspective. So we're not just going to be, well, complete murder hobos. Other parts of the city, that's not to say we haven't done some damage, but we tend more to, if we are going to kill somebody, it's going to be on the down low, preferably, where it can't be traced back to us.
So there's no like heads found in your bar, right?
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. I didn't fill that role. So I think that's, I haven't really had that. I mean, there was one other old game of D&D 3.5, I think it was, where they cleaned out an old, inn.
Yep.
And they started to take over an inn, but that
got
never...
turned more into a flop house for y'all.
Exactly. This is much more established. This is, we actually have a business, and now we have our own brewery that, with the aid of the alchemy jug, which, feeds it as well. So, I mean, we have a cast of characters. We have, Rosie the barmaid, who I pay a little extra to pretend to be the mother of one of my personas. She's cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
We have a ghost bartender.
Good old Leaf.
Yeah. Oh, long suffering Leaf. It's just, we're part of the community. We have established relationships with other with NPCs and stuff. So I think that's an interesting detail. It's not something you typically see.
Mm-hmm. It's more of an urban crawl than a dungeon crawl. Because it is funny that the Daggers of Freeport crew go out of their way to avoid dungeon crawls whatsoever. You find out where all
we
that...
haven't done them.
Well, you've had offers. You've had maps to the Dragon Horde. He totally sold that off for, a tiny, tiny sliver of a cut of hopefully money in the future.
Yeah, let me think. No, don't regret it. Sorry.
Think of how much you saved in resurrection spells, right?
Yeah, true enough. But we had where we rescued the gnome and all that type of stuff. So
the young Lord Desir is coalescing his power, and you're totally doing a bunch of other shady stuff, so he doesn't get you guys traced back to him much.
Mm-hmm. So we're still kind of, He pays us on a regular basis, but from the stipend that they get for the Dragon's Horde. So.
Well, they still technically haven't recovered it all yet.
Yeah.
It's a long adventure the NPCs will have to go through to do that.
Yes, well, which is why we're like, no, we're a lot more practical.
You guys aren't greedy. You'll take the payout every time. It's the you bet your life, and you're just like, we'll take the $20 bill instead of whatever's behind the curtain.
Yeah, bird in hand, right?
Bird in hand for a certain death in a bush.
Well, considering how we have properties to maintain, we need to make sure that we're being, responsible.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very, very true. So I was looking to think if we have anything else. The other one would have to be the High Seas Shenanigans crew.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are about to find the magic trident, hopefully, right? Wink, wink,
Well,
nudge, nudge.
We'll see.
Hopefully somebody didn't get there first.
Well, we'll have to check that out the next session.
Dun, 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 dun. Though I'm still totally waiting to see if anybody will go to the Malkintar Empire and tell them about the danger out there, to see if they'll join in with the good guys.
The only thing my character would do with the Malkintar is slit their throats.
Yeah, there's
she
detail.
hates them.
The Malkintar took over your daddy's lands.
I know, you jerk.
I know, I'm a jerk. You're the one that told me
the same place where they left me for dead.
You're the one that told me about how they killed your father. So why else would an evil empire do that if not to establish a colony?
Because they were looking for victims. I mean, they're friggin' demon worshippers.
Evil demon worshippers of evil.
Yeah, so, hey, I'll write up a backstory.
Mm-hmm. And yes, GMs, as you talk with your players, do not be afraid of having them write some cool backstory stuff. Because it is cool when your players throw some random stuff that really does click with your game world.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll definitely wrap up the setting Sunday there.
The sun is setting on this.
Yes, the sun is setting. It's time to go to sleep, big guy. And I will totally take this moment to say, if you have not watched She-Hulk on Disney Plus, you should watch She-Hulk.
Oh yes.
Just saying, it's totally worth a watch.
Oh yes.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back with you on Monday.
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Please follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/CPPN to never miss a show or stream.